In 1977, as disco thundered on Earth and the Cold War loomed, humanity quietly launched its boldest messenger into the cosmos, Voyager 1, packed with instruments, hope, and a golden record carrying the sounds of our world. It sailed past planets and into the unknown. Decades later, it drifts more than 14 billion miles away, farther than any human creation has ever gone, whispering faint signals as its power fades. A silence seemed certain. And then when the world least expected it, Voyager spoke again. It began as nothing more than a blip, a strange signal buried in the static that NASA technicians almost dismissed as interference. But when the data was isolated, their faces changed. Voyager, once silent for decades, had sent something. Problem? Its cameras had been shut down since the early 1990s, wires frozen, systems long dead. And yet, pixel by pixel, an image began to emerge on their monitors. Word leaked, and the world erupted news. Anchors gasped. Social media drowned in theories. But the strangest part wasn't how the image arrived. It was what it showed. Within hours of the discovery, NASA's control room was flooded with voices of disbelief. Veteran engineers who had spent their lives tracking Voyager stared at the data in silence, some shaking their heads, others muttering that it had to be a glitch. One astrophysicist declared it impossible. Dead systems don't resurrect themselves. But a younger scientist pushed back, pointing at the raw code. This isn't random noise. It's structured. It's real. Outside. The walls of NASA, news outlets seized the story. Headlines blared across the world. Voyager speaks again. A leaked clip from a press conference showed a shaken researcher whispering into a microphone. This changes everything. Social media fractured into frenzy, half convinced it was the dawn of contact, half certain it was a hoax. And yet, behind closed doors, even the experts couldn't agree on whether the image was natural or a message. Explanations rushed in, each one more dramatic than the last. The scientific camp argued first. Cosmic rays could have struck Voyagers. Failing systems, scrambling bits of code into a phantom image. Others pointed to simple software corruption, a dying probe coughing up digital ghosts. But then came wilder ideas. What if Voyager had captured a glimpse of something extraordinary, a distant star system, or even the outline of an alien construct? Conspiracists fueled the fire, accusing NASA of hiding proof of contact. And just as the world argued over possibilities, something happened that changed everything. Theories erupted like wildfire, each claiming to hold the answer. The cautious voices insisted on science first. Perhaps a cosmic ray had struck Voyagers. Frail circuits, conjuring patterns that only looked like an image. Others suggested data corruption, the digital equivalent of a dying breath from a machine far past its limits. But the mystery only deepened when astronomers hinted the pattern resembled a starfield or something with structure, like an artifact adrift in the dark. Conspiracists shouted loudest, accusing NASA of hiding proof of extraterrestrial contact. The world split into camps, each more certain than the last. And just as the arguments reached their peak, just as the noise drowned out reason, something happened that changed everything. Days passed in restless silence, the world holding its breath. Then, without warning, Voyager 1 spoke again. Another transmission pulsed across the void, weaker than the first but undeniable. Scientists gathered in hushed rooms as the image resolved pixel by pixel on glowing screens. This time, it wasn't random noise. Lines bent into symmetry, shapes nested within shapes, too precise, too deliberate to be dismissed as chance. Something was trying to speak. Newsrooms erupted. Anchors stammered through breaking reports, while headlines screamed in disbelief. Governments across the globe summoned emergency councils, their guarded language unable to mask the urgency. Was this Voyager's final gasp, encoding a goodbye in the language of patterns? Or had something out there answered? On social media, speculation spread like wildfire. Some claimed they saw symbols, others swore it resembled a map. Memes, debates, and prayers collided in the same chaotic feed. The world no longer argued over whether the image was real, only over what it meant, and in the tense quiet after the frenzy, a question heavier than history itself lingered in every mind. Humanity now faced a question it had never truly prepared for. Are we alone, or have we just been contacted? The signal left humanity standing on the edge of tomorrow, staring into a future both exhilarating and terrifying. Scientifically, it could be the first breadcrumb leading us to undeniable proof of life beyond Earth, a revelation that would rewrite textbooks and redefine our place in the cosmos. Philosophically, though, the question cut deeper: are we ready for such an answer? Or does the truth threaten the fragile story we've always told ourselves about being alone? Politically, the battle was already brewing, nations quietly maneuvering to decide who controls the message. The image was more than pixels. It was a mirror held up to all of us, for more than 4 decades. Voyager 1 has drifted through the void like humanity's silent messenger, a fragile bottle carrying our story across a cosmic ocean. Now, after /cosmic. Now, after years of silence, the universe may have answered not with words, but with an image that defies explanation. Whether a trick of failing machinery, a gift from the unknown, or a greeting from something beyond our comprehension, Voyager 1 has reminded us of one haunting truth: the silence of space is not empty, it is waiting.